So today I'm doing the only thing that is allowed in Laos but illegal in any other country, so keep watching, follow my channel and be surprised on what it is. At first I had to follow this sketchy guy in his tuk-tuk to go to a special place. So we just arrived and now we're getting out of the tuk-tuk. They made me sign up a paper where it states if I am going to die in this adventure, I am the one guy who is responsible for this. So they do not take any responsibility, and in case I was pregnant, I should not do this either way. So guys, this is it. I'm going to fly with that thing, which is illegal in most of the countries right now, and I'm pretty excited. And I want to know why it is illegal. Like, it doesn't look that unsafe to me, to be honest. I mean, you have a big motor inside here, the gas, the wings where you have to fly with, and probably direct where you're going to. And of course, that thing over here where you are gliding. It's a glide in the paramotor gliding part. Once you are in Vang Vieng, you will see many people on paramotors, and seeing those makes you really excited. Seeing those incredible landscapes from that view must feel like you are in a lucid dream, just floating through the air. So I got pretty excited just by seeing those people in the air. And a bit jealous, I would say. I'm quite excited, and interestingly they gave us water. So what we're going to do with the water is quite funny, because we're gonna open this when we're up in the air over the city and just drop it sparkle by sparkle so people think we're actually... So they said 5 minutes. In 5 minutes we're flying in the air together, you and me. Alright, I'm gonna say my last prayers and be looking cool while flying, in hopes we will see each other again.
Niแค่5 โมงเหมือนตินี่แค่5 โมงอ่ะดูนะครับมาป่ะกลมว่า5 โมงครึ่งคืนนี้
The start is really surprising. Unlike most aircrafts, paramotors don't need a runway, so after the first seconds we already been into the air, which was a very big surprise to me, and I was not prepared at all, so I was holding on very tightly until I realized it's really soft and there's nothing you have to be fearing, which makes it one of the simplest forms of flying. Some pilots learn paramotoring in just 1 week, so there is no official license you need, especially not in Laos, and you can fly with it over 7,600 meters or 25,000 feet, which is higher than the Mount Everest base camp. In the same way, you just use 3 to 4 liters of fuel per hour, which is not a lot at all. And that explains the price, which I will explain in the end of the video. Paramotoring is really weather-based, so if you do not have the optimal weather conditions, it's going to be hard flying, and we were really lucky on that day to be able to fly, since there was a storm that should have happened around that time we were flying. All in all, it felt like a lucid dream, like smooth, floaty and unreal. It felt so comfortable that I could even take my phone out of my pockets and just do a selfie. The rest of the flight was just incredible. I lost my shoes the day before, so all I had were these sandals, and I put on some socks because I was fearing it could be cold, which it was definitely not. Since I did it in the afternoon, I have no idea what it would be if I did it in the early morning or around sunset, but it was pretty warm and there is no need for a jacket or anything that might hold you warm, because it is quite warm, even though I am in rainy season right now. กใจ
เราเป็นคนเบิดหน้ามันดอก
Alright guys, that was it, and it was absolutely amazing. I think that's the closest a human being can come to flying. I pretty much liked it. I would do it again, and I would definitely recommend it to you. The price for this was less than $40, so 15 minutes of joy. $40, I think it's quite doable. But remember, I'm outside of the season right now, and usually the prices, at least on the list, are double. So $80 as it seems, but it feels like you can negotiate if you don't want to spend that much.